If you think the rich became millionaires just by working hard, it's time to discover the truth. The financial elite follows hidden rules that no one teaches in school, accumulating fortunes while most people struggle to pay their bills. But believe it or not, these rules aren't that secret. They're out there, but few know where to look. The system is designed to keep you trapped in the paycheck cycle, while millionaires play a completely different game. They don't just earn money, they make money work for them. And the best part? You can apply these strategies too, as long as you're willing to change your mindset. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what you're about to learn could transform your financial life forever. Now, let's dive into the first secret. 1. The real money game: why the rich don't work for a salary. Most people spend their entire lives chasing a paycheck, not realizing that it's the slowest and most limited way to make money. The rich understood early on that real wealth doesn't come from trading time for money, but from making money work for them. While the middle class focuses on climbing the career ladder, millionaires focus on building assets, businesses, investments, and passive income sources that keep generating money even while they sleep. Think about a commercial building owner and a manager working in one of the businesses renting that space. The manager might have a good salary, benefits, and a career plan, but at the end of the month, who truly gets richer? The building owner, who collects rent without having to clock in. Now, the big question is, how do you break out of this cycle and start building wealth like millionaires? The first step is to change the way you see money. It's not about earning more at your job, but about using that money strategically to build assets that work for you. But how exactly do you put this into practice? The next secret reveals one of the most powerful ways the rich use to multiply their money. 2. The power of compound interest: how the rich multiply money effortlessly. If there's a magic formula for getting rich, it's called compound interest. This simple concept is what makes the rich even richer without lifting a finger. The logic is brutally efficient. Invested money generates returns, which in turn generate more returns, creating a snowball effect that grows on its own over time. The secret of millionaires isn't just investing, but how they do it. They don't let money sit idle in bank accounts earning almost nothing. They put it to work in high-return assets. Real estate funds, solid company stocks, scalable businesses, and even smart lending strategies are part of the game. While most people settle for a 1% annual return in a savings account, the rich achieve 10%, 15%, or even more simply because they know where to place their money. With the right strategy, anyone can use compound interest to their advantage. Imagine investing $500 per month in a fund that earns 10% per year. In 30 years, without doing anything other than maintaining this habit, that amount grows to over $1 million. That's the power of time and patience working in your favor. If this content is making sense to you, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Now, let's move on to the next secret. 3. The secret of cheap money: how the rich use debt to get wealthier. Most people fear debt, but the rich see it as a powerful tool to build wealth. There's a huge difference between good debt and bad debt. While the middle class goes into debt to buy cars, clothes, and vacations on credit, millionaires use other people's money to invest and multiply their wealth. Think about an investor who buys a property with a mortgage at 5% interest per year, but earns 10% from rent and appreciation. He's not taking money out of his pocket. He's letting the property itself pay for the debt while still making a profit. Now, compare this to someone who finances a car that only loses value over time while paying high interest rates. The first person uses debt to build wealth, the second, to trap themselves further in the cycle of poverty. Millionaires master this game. They know where to get cheap money and where to invest it to generate massive returns. But there's one more secret that sets the truly wealthy apart from those who only appear rich. 4. The importance of building multiple income streams. The rich never rely on a single source of income. They know that if one disappears, they will always have others sustaining their lifestyle. The middle class, on the other hand, depends solely on their salary. leaving them vulnerable to economic crises, layoffs, and unexpected events. Creating multiple streams of income is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It can come from investments, real estate, online businesses, or even royalties from books and digital products. The key is to have money flowing in from different places at the same time. If you don't want to be a prisoner of your paycheck, it's time to start thinking like a millionaire. But there's another secret that accelerates this process and makes wealth grow exponentially. 5. The principle of strategic frugality: how the rich spend less without looking like they're saving. Many people think millionaires flaunt their wealth with mansions and luxury cars, but the reality is quite different. The truly wealthy spend money strategically. They understand that money should be preserved and invested before being spent. Strategic frugality doesn't mean giving up comfort, it means prioritizing where the money goes. While many spend every cent on unnecessary expenses just to look rich, millionaires use their money to buy assets that generate more wealth. Take Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. He still lives in the same house he bought decades ago and avoids unnecessary purchases. The secret: prioritizing wealth over status. And now, let's move on to the next secret, which involves one of the biggest assets of millionaires. 6. The power of networking: how the rich build connections that multiply opportunities. Money doesn't come only from what you know, but also from who you know. The rich understand that strong connections open doors to businesses, investments, and opportunities that the general public doesn't even know exist. Millionaires attend exclusive events, join investor groups, and surround themselves with people who can help them grow. Many of the best financial opportunities are not publicly advertised. They circulate within closed networks of contacts. If you want to increase your chances of becoming wealthy, you need to connect with the right people. But there's another mindset shift that separates those who simply earn money from those who truly build lasting wealth. 7. The ownership mindset: why the rich think like investors, not consumers. Most people think like consumers. When they receive money, they immediately look for ways to spend it. The rich, however, think like investors. Before buying anything, they ask themselves whether it will put more money in their pocket or just take it out. Instead of spending on unnecessary items, millionaires invest. They buy businesses, stocks, real estate, and any asset that can generate income. That's how their fortune keeps growing. If you want to build wealth, you need to shift your mindset to think like an owner, not a consumer. But this only works if you master another essential secret. 8. Emotional control: how the rich master fear and greed to make better decisions. Money and emotions go hand in hand. Fear makes people avoid investments, and greed leads them to make impulsive decisions. Millionaires have learned to control their emotions to make rational choices. For example, while most people enter the market when everything is booming and sell in panic when prices drop, the rich do the opposite. They buy when everyone is afraid and sell when everyone is greedy. If you learn to control your emotions, you'll be able to make much smarter financial decisions. But there's another secret the rich master better than anyone else. 9. The long-term game: why the rich think ahead while most people chase quick gains. Most people want to get rich quickly and end up falling for scams or risky investments. Millionaires know that true wealth is built over the long term. Think about someone who invested in Apple or Amazon stocks 20 years ago and simply waited. Today, that person is a millionaire. The secret: patience and consistency. If you want to get rich, you need to learn to play the long-term game. But this only makes sense if you know how to use your time in the most strategic way possible. 10. The strategic use of time: how millionaires value every minute to maximize results. The rich know that time is the most valuable asset. While most people waste hours on distractions, millionaires use their time to learn, create, and delegate. If you want to build wealth, you need to focus on what truly matters and eliminate tasks that don't add value. But there's one last secret that makes all the difference. 11. The continuous learning mindset. Why the rich never stop studying money. The rich understand that the financial world is constantly changing, so they never stop learning. They read books, attend seminars, and continuously seek new information. If you want to build wealth, you must always be learning and staying updated. Now, the big question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Now that you know these 11 secrets, which one will you apply first? Knowledge without action is worthless. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share it with someone who also needs to learn how to break free from the cycle of scarcity.